So let's be honest, guys. It is really, really hard at the moment to find good stories and good news. 2020 hasn't exactly been the greatest year ever. So what happened for me yesterday really gave me a nice sort of pick up, a lift me up, if you know what I mean. This video is more of a storytelling sort of video rather than like a tutorial and tips video. So I'm probably not going to like roll the intro for this one. But yeah, I just wanted to sit down and just sort of get this off my chest, because I think for all creatives, the last few months have been incredibly difficult for us. Speaking for myself, this year has been pretty scary. I left my job, I quit my job the day before lockdown, the day before everything was closed down here in the UK. I was working in a nursery, I was a nursery teacher looking after children, and I quit my job the day before all the nurseries and schools were closed down. Now, most people would think that is the most stupid thing to do. In a way, it probably was, but it was also the best decision I ever made. It was also the scariest decision I ever made. For the first few months, I actually felt a little bit alone, because, you know, you couldn't see anybody, couldn't collaborate with the people I wanted to collaborate with. It was quite daunting. It was really, really daunting, I'm not going to lie. But it was moments like yesterday that really sort of put things into perspective and show you sort of what the photography and creative community is all about. So I'm going to tell that story. So I got booked for a job to do some filming, photography, and manage a live stream in London for one of my clients, amazing client who keeps booking me, so big love to them. And I got booked for that. I'd finished the job. It was quite a cold shoot. We were outside in the cold for quite a while. There's a few problems with like gates and stuff not opening around the building. It was sort of more like a real estate-y kind of thing. But finished the shoot. I was on my way home, just listening to a podcast, listening to some music on the train, just chilling. I had my gimbal next to me in its box, and I had my camera bag in front of me. Obviously, keep it in sight. There's some valuable stuff in there. Don't want to lose that. And I got to Peckham Station in London, and someone came and sat next to me. Not right next to me because of social distancing, sort of in the aisle cubicle thing next to me, and sort of didn't really take much notice. And then the train started to move, and he tapped me on my shoulder. And obviously wearing face masks, you know, we're trying not to talk to people, trying not to raise our voice. And he just pointed at me and went like that. I presume that was implying, are you a photographer? So I said yes. He was pointing to my gimbal bag. I think he must have thought it was a drone because it was made by DJI. Great equipment, by the way. And I said, yeah, I'm a photographer. And he said, him too. But he was signing it, like using his hands quite a lot, and I was a bit confused. And then he typed on his notes app on his phone, which I thought was different. And he said, like, type in your Instagram to my phone, to which I did. There was a few issues with like internet, but we got it. So I typed in his Instagram into my phone, gave him a follow, and he's a photographer as well. And he's deaf. I'm going to put his Instagram page on the screen now. This is Dennis Bolex. And I scrolled down, looked at his pictures, and incredible work, incredible photographer. And then I looked in his bio, and it said he was deaf. And I felt that was really, really inspiring, that the world has sort of gone silent and we can't really communicate with each other the way we want. And yet someone who physically cannot communicate somehow got connected to me through photography, and vice versa. It's pretty inspiring, I think. We got chatting. I started doing some basic sign language in Makaton from what I've learnt at the nursery. Comes in handy, I guess. And we got chatting just through like voice notes. It was like a silent conversation. It was really sort of beautiful in a way. It was really strange, but beautiful. So we got to Waterloo Station. We both stood up. He shook my hand. I sanitised afterwards, of course. And we just sort of gave each other a nod on our ways. And yeah, that's the story. I mean, it doesn't sound very exciting, but for me, and particularly during this lockdown period where we feel so disconnected from people despite us being on our phones, being on the internet so much, still feel slightly disconnected from the rest of reality. But it took a deaf photographer, an amazing photographer, to to sort of bring that little connection-y spark back. I needed that little pick-me-up. I think it just sort of goes to show as well how close-knit and how much the photography and videography creative community look out for each other. There's so many industries where it's one man for themselves, one woman for themselves. But no, that's different in photography. I always say there is plenty of work to go around. Nobody in this industry is your enemy. They are far from it. Nobody here is your enemy. And it just goes to show. You know, just a random stranger on the train. And we got connected just through photography. And the even funnier thing is, the client that booked me for this job, I had met randomly on the train. Something about trains. I think I need to start travelling on them a little bit more. But that's still pretty cool, I think. In my opinion, that's really, really cool. So I think the message really for this video is stay connected to people, stay inspired, and take your chances, play with luck, because you never know what could happen. I met someone on the train who was interested in what I was doing. They booked me for a job. I've done a couple of jobs for them, and then on the way back home on the train from doing one of the jobs for them, I meet another photographer and get connected to him. I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to throw Dennis's Instagram up there again as well. Make sure you go and give him a follow. He is an incredible photographer, and although we didn't really say a word to each other in person, a really, really nice guy. So go and check him out. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much for watching this video. I know this is a little bit of a different one. This isn't like a tips video or tutorial kind of thing, or a vlog. This is just sort of more like a storytelling sort of video. So I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, everyone. Peace and love. And I'll see you guys in a bit. See ya.